and impunity. Think of Bashar al-Assad in Syria. Or for a celluloid reminder, look at this scene from Sacha Baron Cohen's new film. But the film The Dictator and our imagination of dictators is somewhat outdated. The modern dictator is more evolved and more attuned to how people think. A new book highlights that trend. It's called The Dictator's Learning Curve by William Dobson. Dictators have gotten smart, Dobson writes, to keep pace with changes in technology. Old-school oppressors like Mao, Pol Pot, or Idi Amin could keep their atrocities relatively secret. That's not possible today. If a dictator tried to orchestrate a mass killing and keep it secret, it would fail. It would end up on YouTube. The crimes of Uganda's Joseph Kony are now an internet phenomenon, and he remains on the run. War criminals can't count on impunity. Charles Taylor of Liberia was recently found guilty by the International Criminal Court, and Sudan's President Bashir has been indicted by it. So today's cleverest dictators have evolved. They allow a certain amount of dissent as an escape valve. Consider China. There's a new study out this week by 3 political scientists at Harvard. They've devised a way to analyze millions of social media posts in China. What's special is that they claim to do this before the Chinese government gets to censor them. So it provides a unique insight not just into what the Chinese people think, but also what the government deems necessary to censor. What did they find? Contrary to what you think, it turns out criticisms of the government are not more likely to get censored. Even vitriolic criticism is allowed. The focus is on stopping mass mobilization. Last year, Beijing blocked internet searches for Tunisia's Jasmine Revolution to prevent discussions about the Arab Spring. Similarly, last week, searches for the number 46 were censored, the numbers representing June 4th, the anniversary of the massacre at Tiananmen Square. The Harvard study shows that Beijing's leaders are making measured concessions. It is said that some 500 protests take place every day across China. But anything that could lead to something larger or more organized is instantly clamped down on. Another example, Putin's Russia has usually allowed the print media a great deal of freedom, on the theory that what a few tens of thousands of people read in Moscow and St. Petersburg doesn't matter. But the regime has taken over television news completely, so mass opinion is carefully controlled out of the Kremlin. We're witnessing a trend in China, Russia, Venezuela, and many other countries, even Myanmar. Gone are the days when dictators could completely ignore the demands of their people. As citizens become more exposed to events around the world, more connected to each other on the internet and social media, dictators will have to make greater concessions. It's a situation that is far better than how things were 10, 20, or 50 years ago. Regimes like those in Syria and North Korea can still act with all-out brutality, but they are outliers. They represent a fading order. The new model is to allow a controlled space for free commerce, for open education, even for dissent. Perhaps people in these countries can use that space to slowly expand the realm of freedom and liberty. We'll be right